How's it going, everyone? Nui Rolls is back, and we're going in straight in with Shadow Striker, probably the most requested role position I've had yet, and it's one I'm definitely going to be using in FM21. Let's get to it. Now, this section of Nui Roll, I always get a couple of modern day players that you can associate with the role, but this one's a tricky one, Shadow Striker, because you wouldn't necessarily say, oh, he's a Shadow Striker, or he's a Shadow Striker. It's a very particular role, the Shadow Striker, and it's one that you can make players into. Case in point, the two we've got pictured there, Dybala and Salah. Now, Salah you more associate with starting a little bit wider and then coming in. Dybala you probably associate more of a playmaker role, but when you get into it and you have a look at their attributes, both of them are ideal Shadow Strikers. And when I show you the in-match footage later on that we used with Lautaro Martinez, another player you wouldn't associate with being a Shadow Striker, you can see how it can work with the key attributes. Attributes. So here's Salah. Now, I'm in season 2 of my game, so Salah's been transferred to Real Madrid, which is kind of cool. But as you can see, as I said, most people associate him with that wider role, cutting in with his left foot. Not necessarily familiar, according to the game, in an attacking midfield role. So we'll just pop it there, and his first one that comes up is Shadow Striker. Still 4 stars, so he's still very adept at it. Now, if you just shimmy your attention over to the attributes, look at the ones highlighted, and you'll see what I mean. It's like a pacey striker mode. Pacey attributes: dribbling, acceleration, agility, balance, pace, obviously, first touch, technique, off the ball. It's all these sort of things that you'd associate with a striker, but the only difference is you're going to be playing a little bit further back, and you're going to get passing a bit more involved as well. So it's like a hybrid of an attacking midfielder and a striker, and that's why this role can be absolutely key this year. So here we have what the game says about it. Okay, so you got your Shadow Striker there. You can see the positioning. I'll wait till it resets itself and I'll talk you through it. So it starts there. You see how deep the highlighted player is. So he starts a lot deeper than a traditional striker, but then he gets himself into striker positions. That's the key point there. The game agrees. Instructions: take more risks, dribble more, get further forward, move into channels. So he's not going to be rigid up front. He's going to be in the hole, dropping deep, moving wide, all over the place. Now bear with me here, because we're going to run through a few transitions of play that'll show the Shadow Striker and what he does and where he positions himself. So here we go. Lautaro here. He is my Shadow Striker. I used him in a Shadow Striker role against Man City in the Champions League final. A risky move to try something, but it paid off. So as we play it on, you can see we've lost the ball and he's running back, whereas the other striker, Lukaku, stays higher up. So that's the difference. He comes back a little bit further than a normal out-and-out striker. When we win the ball back, look at him moving back towards the striker position. There he goes. So he's still hovering in and around the striker position. Picks up the ball a little bit deeper than a traditional striker would. Lays it off. Again, lays it off. First inclination. Move back into a striker position. Playing it around in midfield here. He's still waiting for the opening. Just a little bit deeper. Just a little bit deeper than Lukaku, who's the main striking threat. So he's going to be a little bit deeper. Playing it on. As we get deeper, he gets deeper. Another key point. That ball was meant for him, and you saw him angle his run towards the box. Didn't make it. Now we've lost the ball. This is key as well. Look at him working back. Look at him working back there. There he is. We've lost the ball. Traditional striker's way up front. Lautaro is working his socks off to get back a bit. Working back, working back. He's still going. Now he's going to slow up a bit. So he's going to stay in more advanced midfield role than these lads are working back, but still nowhere near as advanced as a striker is. Playing it on, playing it on. There he goes. He's the first player to attack the ball when it goes back to Fernandinho, who's probably their defensive midfielder, so he's going to be a most advanced attacking defender. There's a phrase for you. Advanced attacking defender. Goes round him, but he's still there harassing, dropping in, and he's kind of holding his position there in between striker and midfielders. The ball gets towards the box, he gets that a little bit deeper, and then as soon as it comes back out to Laporte, look at him push, 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 push. That's where he's at. He's doing a perfect role there. So he's working harder than a deep line forward would or a false 9 would, but he's still got the attacking instincts of both those players. So it's really cool to see that in action compared to the lad up front there, Lukaku. Look at the difference. That's the Shadow Striker for you. Striker instincts, but defensive responsibilities as well. Well, way back there you can see, and that's Lautaro is deep, and then the other striker, Lukaku, even he's deep as well. But look what can happen when you've got a player who's got pace, balance, vision, dribbling when you win the ball back deep. So it's really good idea to have a Shadow Striker role in, even in games where you think you're going to be up against it. As we play it on, Mendy takes the throw there to De Bruyne. De Bruyne, back to Mendy, back to De Bruyne. Lautaro just hanging around there, look at him. And there's Fernandinho again, their defensive midfielder, which is always going to be a huge role in FM. So Shadow Striker is always going to lurk around the defensive midfielder. That's a good way to look about it. Fernandinho picks it up, but Lautaro is straight on him. So that's where the anticipation comes in as well. And now we can see Lukaku's up there with him, and this point here is where the vision and the passing comes into play, along with the dribbling and pace, because he's running at pace. Pings a lovely little ball into Lukaku. Lukaku's in, slots it away. Those two periods of play I've just showed you there pretty much sum up what a Shadow Striker does. Absolutely ideal. I'm really looking forward to using that in game. I would say in lower league management I'm going to use it. In higher games, just like that one, I'm going to use it. This is possibly as an important role this year as the halfback will be. So your key attributes for the Shadow Striker role, as I say, a lot of them are intertwined between attacking midfielder and striker, so there's a bit of a trade-off there with some key physicals. The key physicals are the third ones down there: acceleration, pace, just like we saw in the clip with Martinez. You want to be able to attack and attack quickly. Going with that is dribbling and first touch, so as soon as he gets that ball, he can dribble with the ball at pace. Finishing and composure, just like your striker, he's still going to be way up there, he's still going to get loads of chances, so you need those two. Ideally, passing, again, like the clip, Martinez was able to see the pass to Lukaku. Invariably, you're going to use a Shadow Striker with a more advanced forward, so being able to pass and get that through ball, into your striker is going to be key. Anticipation and off the ball, kind of intertwined again. If you see an opportunity to win the ball back, like Martinez did, get the ball, anticipate the movement, supply the bullets. There's the key attributes for Shadow Striker. There's a few more, but for me those are the key ones.